just took over the set. Shit's about to get live. Let's go.
Yo, what's up? Check it out, it's your boy DJ L7. Wait, let me fix my camera a little bit. I saw it crooked. Okay, hold on a second. Probably just that later. Yo, what's up? Check it out, it's your boy DJ L7. As you know, I have a bunch of different guests from a variety of different backgrounds on my show. And actually, this is a community that's quite close to my own. So I'm going to let you hear from this community activist and media producer. I think she's real cool. Check her out. I'll let her introduce herself.
All right, what's up? Thanks, bro, for having me. Much love on that. My name is Jay Rene. I am from Prison Riot Radio. I am an independent journalist. I'm a social justice seeker, and I'm an activist.
Okay, cool. So I actually found out about your stuff when I was looking up Nolan Farrell's information, and I saw that you were actually a advocate for people who are in prison. I see a lot of people calling into the show. They're in the penitentiary right now. I'm sure they're super grateful to have someone to speak to, a platform to get out their voice on. That's a unique. Not a lot of people are doing that. Why did you decide to pick up that? So many other people engage in easier activism, right? What made you choose this particular field?
Well, it's a few reasons. The main reason is because incarceration affects Black and brown people the most, right? And so much so that the incarceration system has been in my life since I was a child. It went from my family members, it went from my peers, maybe someone that I loved, and it, so on and so forth. And in seeing that and knowing that side of the tracks, I realized that that's a population that's often forgot about, a population that often it has a narrative forced upon them that isn't necessarily true. So myself, Kwame T, who is also known as Dutch, he's the famous author of the Dutch series, Dynasty series. He's currently still incarcerated. And a brother named Sequence, who's formerly incarcerated, wanted to create a platform for those that are incarcerated and formerly so, to help change the narrative, to get their stories out there, to get their, their craft out there, be it music or books. But we also wanted to bring light to wrongful convictions, corrupt systems, and things like that.
Okay, so most of my work is actually coming out of, I've never been, in prison, luckily, but I'm from the homeless community, and the homeless community and the after prison community are very, very tight. You know what I mean? You go to homeless shelters, there's so many dudes coming out of the prison system, out of jail system, so I definitely understand the struggle of people not listening to you, of being forgotten about, of being thrown in the trash, and I'm very sympathetic, yeah. In fact, I consider you all my brothers and sisters, for real. Now, there's other after prison shows out there, like prison advocacy shows, like After Prison Show, Lockdown 23-1, HERC. Are you aware of any of these other programs, or?
I have seen some of the shows, but I'm not really well versed. I've seen things on television like Life After Lockup and things like that.
Yeah.
And they were never really my speed, because I felt like they were exploiting the whole situation and kind of only wanted to bring focus to things that might go wrong or people that might not be at their best.
Exactly,
so
right. We can see that all the focus is on the shock value, or what is life in prison like for people who are not living in prison, who want to just see what it's like, and then they want to leave without really doing anything for the people in that community. They're like, it's almost like a show, like you get to see the freaks, and then you just go home, and it is what it is. That's
right.
So I really appreciate someone like yourself who's taking another side angle of that, maybe more of a human rights perspective, more of a compassionate perspective, and a ongoing perspective, right, versus some of the other channels which kind of shy away from that. Do you know of any other people that are doing work like this? Because a lot of this work is suppressed, right, or it's not marketed. It's we can market this, what do they call it? Scared straight, right? Yeah, but we don't have time to actually, that's their idea of helping. Yeah. So,
right. Well, there actually is. Once you start doing this type of work, you start to meet more and more people that's doing the work as well, right? Of course, you're going to bump into people. So we have Tia Hamilton out of Baltimore. She has a magazine called State versus Us. and that magazine is kind of what I do, but in print form plus more. Not only does she talk about, wrongful convictions, corrupt systems, and things like that, but she also has success stories. There's lots of people, most of them, when they get out of prison, they lead successful lives. Some of them, get the American Dream Plus, So you have platforms like that. Her platform has assisted, I want to say, maybe 3 or 4 people on coming home. So that's definitely one of those platforms. You have the San Francisco Bayview, that's the national Black newspaper. They are definitely advocates for those that are incarcerated, the homeless as well, and just social justice, period. So that's another platform. There's lots of them out here, that are doing the work. But like you said, since it's not necessarily profitable, we just pumping, we pumping.
Okay, so the thing is that a lot of the leftists, I'm not even gonna say leftists because I'm not gonna say that I'm necessarily lefty anymore, but like people who are like trying to fight for change and stuff like that, they're broke. A lot of times they're siloed off, or they kind of like have their own little echo chambers that they're kind of like trapped in. One of the echo chambers I'm coming out from is the Jimmy Dore echo chamber, which is a lot of like wealthier, elderly people who mean well, right? But they actually end up donating a lot of their money and time into organizations that aren't really, right? They have a couple spokespersons or figureheads, but don't have anybody really truly living or struggling with the experience. So one thing that I've done is there's something called the People's Party, which is a new third party they're trying to start up. There's a bunch of people across the nation. I've been doing work before the People's Party existed, but one thing that I've been trying to do with this People's Party is say membership in this organization should be open to people who are currently in prison. If they're interacting, if they're stamping out license plates for us, if they're there cleaning our highways, if they are there involved in our economy in some way, right? It's not like they're no longer producing anything for our economy. They are at horrible prices, right? We're really taking advantage of them. In some way, they deserve some agency and some way to interact. If it's just a problem, we'll have to handle it. But already, we look at our own elected officials. Nancy Pelosi is openly engaged in insider trading, open criminal activity, and there's no consequence. It's just doesn't make any sense. So, as in terms of getting out, now the thing is that the Black community, though, because I'm in the projects on a regular basis. I don't know if you've seen my videos where I'm in, all the projects, like handing out flyers and stuff. But they're right to have a strong distrust of people saying, I'm going to be white saviors, solutions, bullshit, get the fuck out of here. They say they're for it and they do absolutely fucking nothing. How can we, I really think that I'd like to see more people get involved. How can we really get the change, right, that you're talking about, right? You're advocating for people beyond just a one-time event. You understand their ongoing needs as time goes on. You said that there's some success stories. Look, there's a lot of failures too. But if you put these people in a situation where they cannot succeed, you're going to have riots and a breakdown. So, and I appreciate your perspective on that. How can we really get this community involved when they've been lied to so many times and put the power back in their hands? What's your thought on that?
That's that's a really complex question. Let me try to see how I can first start that. The level of distrust is a real one, and I definitely understand it. I'm from that community, and it's just the way it is. But this distrust doesn't come from a place of imagination.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart. They should be.
Right. Since day one, it was a distrusting situation. You know what I mean? So one of the things that we have to do is, as a community, we have to bond together and find our strengths and our weaknesses. When we find our strengths, we can build on our strengths. And when we really target our weaknesses, we can get stronger from them. So a lot of the help that we need is going to come from ourselves and us banding together. And then we have to, those that are doing this work, like I'll use myself for an example. Like I try to reach out to others that are doing the same thing as me. You know what I mean? I get involved in what they got going on and vice versa. So if somebody needs my assistance and I can't personally help them, maybe one of these connections that I made can help them. Oh, I don't do that, but I know somebody that does. So I think that us as a community have to come together and put forth the effort that we need to, and then actually put things that are really together. For example, there's lots of people that are incarcerated that have come up with programs and incentives for those that are getting out in their state, though. You know what I mean? It's limited to their state. So other people that are interested in that needs to go to these people and say, okay, what did y'all do? So instead of creating its own wheel, like what they say, don't build the wheel again. You see what they did, and then you apply it to your state and tweak it how you may have to for your state laws, and so on and so forth. It's like,
And
no
also,
one
yeah.
is coming to.
But the homeless community and the
ahead, bro.
after prison community are huge, like, targets for victimization, right? Because they don't have a strong voice. A lot of fake players come in and use their pain and try to use it for their own advantage. So you're right? Actually, if people aren't mistrustful, I don't necessarily trust them. I think that they're naive. So,
Yeah.
I like. Oh, wait, Prison Riot Radio, is that something that's your own creation?
Yes.
So I love that. Yeah.
Me and Kwame in sequence. Yep, we
We
came up with it.
we need to build our own solutions and, right, support, right, the people surrounded, the millionaires surrounded by the celebrities who come on the scene and who get all the attention talking about these issues. We need to really start promoting more people who are like, how do I say your name again? Jay Rene?
Jay Rene.
Jay Rene?
Jay Rene.
Jay Rene? Yeah, Jay Rene. We know what we need
Jay
more.
Rene.
We need to pay more attention to producers like Jay Rene. I'm subscribed to her on YouTube. What other? By the way, I'm also monetized already on Rumble. Odyssey is cool too. What other? Are you on other platforms?
The only other platform I'm on is Instagram. I have Twitter, but I'm getting the beat on Twitter. You know what I mean? I'm getting my feet wet. But Instagram, I'm very, very active, and I'm active on Facebook as well under the Prison Riot Radio. Then I have Hip Hop Humanism, which is my community platform, and Through the Wire, which is based out of Wilmington, Delaware, focusing on prison system, things that's going on in Delaware and stuff like that.
That's cool. I work with a lot of states. I'm excited. I'm going to DC soon. So, and I have people.
Okay.
Yeah, Baltimore. When you said Baltimore, I was thinking about hitting those people up. That's
yeah.
great. Delaware.
That's
I have
what
to
I'm
look.
doing. My next documentary is in Baltimore. Maybe when you come to Baltimore, we can connect. I'm there quite often.
That's dope. You also have the website, prisonriotradio.com, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
any
Yep.
updates, right? As you develop new stuff, right? I'm sure it's going to be ongoing and changing. Just go to Prison
Yes.
Riot Radio and they'll update that as necessary. Yeah. Make sure you do that.
Yep.
All
We
right.
update it once every 7 days. We update it.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
in your experience of doing this prison reform stuff, right, or just activism in general, what do you think have been the most effective techniques for activists out there? Other activists who are watching, right? They can
Okay.
learn.
The most effective techniques is getting into the legislation side of it, getting in there to get rid of things that don't belong and create things that can assist in the struggle. Like protesting, like I'm a big protester. I'll go stand in the street. That's somebody that knows me know that's something that I do. Like I don't care where we're gonna go. I'll go protest anywhere, you know what I mean? But getting to that legislation, the meat and potatoes behind the scenes is what is the most effective, because the laws are the problem. You know what I mean? The
Absolutely.
judicial system is the issue. So getting these laws changed, getting rid of them, eradicated for the ones that need to. I think that's the most strength that we have in fighting against this.
I can't wait to work with you on these particular solutions. I already had a police reform event with the blessing of someone named Serpico, who actually did investigations of police corruption, the NAP Commission. Also, there was Bill Pepitone, who's done police training. But also involved was a guy running for public advocate, who's actually been a former inmate, right? So, and he's in the homeless shelter right now system. So we had a variety of voices coming in talking about how to really reform the system, which was, and also I think that because of my work with disabilities, I may be talking to AOC soon. So I will definitely, if there's things like from the after prison community, or even like the in prison community that needs something to get thrown up there, I'll take that platform and help y'all run it. 100%. I'm with you in this struggle. I got you.
I appreciate that.
I
That's
got you.
all
I
love.
can't wait. Yeah, that should be coming up next week. Yeah, so let me know.
Okay.
Let me know what's coming up quick. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of things popping off.
I got you.
So what is coming up for Prison Riot Radio? Do you have any like cool interviews coming up, or any topics that you're particularly interested in or excited about?
Yes, actually, yes. Our second documentary is coming out. So we started a documentary series called 12. So what we're doing is we'll be going to state and pretty much exposing the corruptions in the judicial system, police, however far up or however low down it goes. So the second one is in the editing phase. It's actually based out of Delaware. That's my home state where I'm originally from. So that's the part 2. It was so much happening there. We had to double. I think I could do a 3 and 4, but we must move on. So we have that. So that's in the works. The next place we'll be going is Maryland. We'll be hubbed in Baltimore. Okay, so we're looking forward to getting out everything that's going on there so the people can see it. What else have we got going on? We plan on going out to support some brothers in Queens that have been having an issue. Nolan, Pharrell.
I'm coming out. Let's go.
And this is supposed to be a march.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get to see you.
Hell
God
yeah.
willing, I get to make it. You'll get to see me. Make sure we dress warm because March in New York is freezing. Okay. But so we're gonna be doing that. I just started recently sitting with some of the guys that were there for the Smyrna uprising.
Okay.
And I'm trying to
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
a space to where we look at it from the inside out.
You just did an interview today, right, about the
easy to look
uprising,
at
right?
something Yes, I've
Yeah.
been chatting with them over the last, I want to say maybe a week or so. And I felt that this was important because a lot of people from the outside looking in, it's like, oh my God, these crazy criminals then took over the prison. But I want to make people ask themselves, how much inhumane, dehumanization, sleep deprivation, and psychological warfare, abuse, physical abuse can you take before it is insanity to do nothing? It's either die, deal with it, or do something. And I'm prior service, and when I was talking to those guys about why things happened the way they did, I felt like how I felt when I was in war. You know what I mean? I went to war twice, and it's like standing up for yourself is not only your right, but it's inside of you. You know what I mean?
What division did you serve in?
The Army.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Yeah, I was in the Army.
And you served in
Yeah,
the Middle
so
East,
it's just
or you went to the Pacific?
yes.
Middle East.
I deployed to Iraq twice.
All right.
Yeah, I
Respect.
went to Iraq twice. Unfortunately, it's the most horriblest experience of my life, to be honest. And I'm sure that's how they felt too in that instance. But I just wanted to give a perspective from the inside out and make people really question their humanity and just themselves. Just dealing with situations.
Yo, I appreciate you so much. We need more people like that for real. Yeah, and I'm one of them too. So I know sometimes it seems like you're the only one out there. Sometimes it seems like we're outnumbered. But to tell you the truth, and the upcoming People's Party, they meet every Tuesdays. Once again, I'm trying to make a political organization where right now they're trying to have they're in their formation phases, and I'm trying to say that people who are incarcerated should have the right to be full members of this party with voting privileges to determine where this party goes. By the way, there's some towns in this country where literally, right, that could actually change, right, because the town literally is the prison. You know that these things exist, right?
It sounds like terrorism out
Yeah.
in Indiana.
Can you imagine that these people all of a sudden had the right to elect their mayor? That could really change, right? Yeah. Look, they're still prisoners. They're still admitted to do wrong, but they still have political clout and can just ask for human conditions. They can't really, right? They're known to be wrong, but they cannot be stopped when they ask for human conditions. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for real. So, I think it could. However, we can help you. If you guys don't believe in it, I have my own things going on, issues there. There's no such thing as an Asian American activist. Whatever. The progressive left, you fucking assholes. Whatever. I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here doing my thing. Yeah. So, Prison Riot Radio. That's an inspiration. So, I'm definitely going to be coming. Oh, one thing that I think that is exciting that I hope that we can work together on is, by the way, I have people in LA. You'll see on my channel, my co-host Lisa, and a color of change. A lot of people think these political parties mean something. They're only like 100,000 members, maybe like 200,000 members. Color of Change, a primarily black women's organization. 8 million members, holy shit, okay? If you guys can get them on board, right, with this particular prison reform stuff, you know what I mean? It could be very powerful. Anyways, Lisa, my co-host from LA, I got someone in Chicago as well. That's first, second, and third largest cities in the nation. We can also get in DC, maybe Baltimore, and get on cable access. I know Brooklyn cable access. You don't even need to live in Brooklyn, but you can get your stuff aired on Brooklyn cable access, Brick TV. Okay. Shout out to Jonathan Ortiz, yeah. And you can get your stuff up there. And Prison Riot Radio should be on fucking Brooklyn cable access. Honestly, that's a huge market. We can be all over this country very soon. Very soon. I'm down to help you guys. You guys are part of. I've already been advocating for this shit. You know what I mean? Even before I met you for this, for the prisoners' rights shit. That's my introduction. We'll see if that passes. People there are nervous about it. They don't like it. It'll only pass if you show up and vote for it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
that's right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
All right, cool. So anything else?
Yes, of course. Free Jay Burton, free Kwame Teague, free Kwame Bean Shakur, free Leon Benson, free Prentice Pons. These all of them names that I just mentioned, and this is just a few. Wrongful conviction. We're still seeking justice for Jeremy McDowell that was gunned down by the Wilmington police. Seeking justice for Lamont Moses that was gunned down by the Newcastle County Police. Both of these is in Delaware. Justice for Yaheem Harris, who is affected for the rest of his life, almost murdered by the Wilmington police. And just those that I didn't mention right now, please forgive me, but justice for them all. I will continue to fight for my people. I will continue to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. I will continue to be a voice for those that feel voiceless. And I'm just here to do my part, man, until I go.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Prison Riot Radio in the house.
For sure.
Jay Rene, what's up? Doing your thing. All right, so I'm going to catch up with you later. I think that's it for today's interview. Hit us up. You know the deal, yeah? All right, peace. Some hit stop record.
It's a dog day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
Truth of these words is beyond doubt.
That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Daily Motion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.